where billionaires like Warren Buffett dare say that tax breaks for the rich should be discontinued, comes an epic battle of good versus evil. The following is a frightening true account of Warren Buffett's insane New York Times rant and the heroic reactions by the people at Fox News Channel who fight to keep taxes on the rich fair and balanced.
Soak the rich, it's their fault. Take a penny, leave a penny.
If you had bothered to read my commentary, which you are so eager to criticize, you would have seen that I never wrote that anything is the fault of the rich. I wrote that, in fact, I know well many of the mega-rich, and by and large, they're very decent people. They love America and appreciate the opportunity this country has given them. Many have joined the Giving Pledge, promising to give most of their wealth to philanthropy. Most wouldn't mind being told to pay more in taxes as well, particularly when so many of their fellow citizens are truly suffering.
Socialist.
He invoked the corporate jet class, so that's a whole new category of people to demonize, right?
No one's demonizing the rich. I'm only saying that the rich, like me, can pay a slightly higher tax rate without affecting their mode of life in the least. By giving that few percent more they will never even notice, they can help ease suffering for our senior citizens, for example, and improve infrastructure in this country, like in education. That would benefit everyone, including the rich. By improving education, they would have more educated and talented people who could later come work for them, improving their business and making it more profitable.
Socialist! Warren Buffett is an affable billionaire who should stop assuming the rich are all billionaires.
I never said it was all billionaires. In fact, had you actually read my commentary, you would have seen that I wrote, but for those making more than $1 million, there were 236,883 such households in 2009. I would raise rates immediately on taxable income in excess of $1 million, including, of course, dividends and capital gains. And for those who make $10 million or more, there were 8,274 in 2009, I would suggest an additional increase in rate.
Socialist.
Hey, Rocky, the president wants to raise the top two income tax rates, which would raise about $700 billion over 10 years. You know what? That's only a tiny fraction of the federal government's deficit. Nothing up my sleeve. Presto!
But at the same time, you and other conservatives are proposing trimming the deficit by cutting programs like HIV, AIDS research, and prevention that could not only save many lives, but ultimately save a great deal of money in medical costs. That's $2 billion. That would be an enormous benefit to humanity and society. So you don't want to take in $700 billion because that only about 5% of the deficit. But you'll cut $2 billion, that's only 0.014 of the deficit. Care to explain that logic? And just what is that Cato Institute you come from anyway? A libertarian think tank. Seriously, what is that supposed to be? It was co-founded by Charles Koch, one of the two Koch brothers who put Scott Walker into the governor's mansion in Wisconsin, then told him to strip state workers of their collective bargaining rights while giving the rich there a break on their state taxes. How does it feel being a ventriloquist dummy with Koch's hand up your ass making your lips move, Mr. Edwards?
Socialist. It's disappointing. It's class warfare. And it's the kind of language you would expect from the leader of a third world country, not the President of the United States. I love him. The idea that if we raise taxes, as the President said, on millionaires and billionaires, raise taxes on oil companies, raise taxes on owners of private jets, that's somehow going to make a difference.
Oh, but it does make a difference. You and most other Republicans are saying, why tax the rich? It's only $700 billion. It won't help. But at the same time, you're proposing cuts to Medicare, Medicaid, and other vital services for needy seniors who can no longer work. And those cuts don't come anywhere near $700 billion. I'm saying make a small increase in taxes on the rich, like me, for whom the tax increase is truly inconsequential, and use the money to care for people who really need it, for whom it would truly make a difference.
Socialist.
Hi!
What is this? Is he completely a socialist? And he's playing into Mr. Obama's hands of tax anyone who makes money and give it to the people who don't work. Holy cow!
It's not about taxing anyone who makes money. It's about taxing those who can easily afford it. In my commentary, which you clearly didn't read, I wrote that since 1992, the IRS has compiled data from the returns of the 400 Americans reporting the largest income. In 1992, the top 400 had aggregate taxable income of $16.9 billion and paid federal taxes of 29.2% on that sum. In 2008, the aggregate income of the highest 400 had soared to $90.9 billion, a staggering $227.4 million on average, but the rate paid had fallen to 21.5%. As for giving it to people who don't work, I find the suggestion odious. It's for people who can't work or can't find work for a time. It's being a compassionate human being. Are you really against that?
What I'm against is fascists like you.
I thought you said he was a socialist.
Shut up, Cavuto! Hey, Cavuto spelled backwards is oh, what the hell?